What's up, friends and fam? If I look disgusting, it's because I am going through another depressive episode. Isn't it fun? But this time, I'm coping by writing songs. What's new? Um, yeah, so today did I mention the date? It's October 8th, 2020. Um, and I just had the sudden idea to do these like random videos just for me to document the process of how I've been making these songs. But then I don't want to I'm gonna release it like in the future, so you are watching this from the future and I'll be rewatching this from the future as well. I don't know. But yeah, like I think I kind of want to do this for all my songs just so that I can see what were the states I was in as I was making these songs. Yeah. Okay, so for today's song, this is actually a new one. I keep fixing my hair. I'm sorry because I just look so. Maybe I'll try to put on like some lipstick just for me to feel like a human. Oh god. Oh, this is the broken one. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll just pause this and put on some lipstick. Okay, there. Wonderful. See, being depressed doesn't mean I should look disgusting. At least there, now I look a bit more human. Oh gosh, I can never get the lighting right for these. Yeah, whatever. Screw that. Okay. Yeah. Let me just. Oh, I can't find my tripod. But whatever. Okay, I'll just fix that for next time. Anyway, yeah. So this song is a new one, and wow, where do I begin? Basically, okay, maybe I'll just sing the song first. I don't know the title yet right now, but by the time you watch this, you'll probably know, so we'll find out together. Yeah, but this is the first like music in the making video that I'm gonna be recording with the purpose of actually like putting it up. So it'll be like a vlog style kind of thing. I don't know. I'm figuring things out too. Anyway, here's the song. This is the chorus part. Might change it a bit, but yeah. Because the last time I used these strings and keys, I was trying to find out what was wrong with me. In those days I couldn't even eat. Luckily I ran on 16 hours of sleep. Cause I almost lost my mind, almost said goodbye. Said I'll see you in another life. But the day breaks, I put on one brave face, saying maybe I could try for just one more day. Another day, I'll try for one more day. Yay, so that's what I have so far in terms of lyrics and melody. I do have more lyrics here. I'm playing with a lot of metaphors of just a lot of different things. Right now I'm imagining the song to have two versions. One is definitely the acoustic version, which is gonna be slow and just more like quiet. The other version is definitely the more upbeat one. I'm imagining it as an EDM sort of thing. So it's like yeah, so this is kind of, I'm feeling that it's a bit of a heavy song lyrically, but in terms of the sound, I want it to feel upbeat. You know, yeah. So basically, because like I mentioned, I'm going through another depressive episode right now, it's 2018 part 2 because in 2018 I also went through like a very difficult time back then. And yeah, the past few days have just been difficult. The past month has been rather difficult. Um, just because of life, I lost a friend. I had to do so much work. I had to do um, all these things. I'm trying new things. Like, as always, I'm so busy, like, trying to find out what's the next thing I want to do. Um, yeah, I guess it's just, I'm just adjusting to a new reality that I want to happen for myself, which is basically my songwriting career and my singing career, maybe even. Um, yeah, because so backstory in 2018, I wanted to 2017 actually. Yeah, 2017. Um, I had just graduated from college and I started working as a dance teacher, and I felt like that was it. That was the dream, and I just loved dance so much. Like I was willing to sacrifice so much for dance, for the sake of being able to dance, to learn in the studio, to grow, and all that. But what happened was, at the time, I I only had um, my dance teaching job, which was a part time job, and I was earning like I'd say 7,000 pesos a month average because it was just part time, and I technically had another job also at the time, but there were like some financial struggles also with the company, so I just ended up like technically the only thing that was sustaining me was my dance teaching job, but it still wasn't enough because I wanted to take all these classes for dance because I'm like I want to invest in myself for my passion because it's gonna be my career. But it came at the expense of a lot of like just bills I pay for myself, meals. Um, During those times, I would literally like just buy a loaf of bread, peanut butter, and oatmeal. That's it. A loaf of bread, peanut butter, oatmeal, and that would last me like 2 weeks. Sometimes I just eat one slice a day. Like I really just sacrificed so much. Um, I wasn't eating, but my way of compensating for that was sleeping so much. So on my days off, I would sleep like 16 hours. Sometimes I just slip in and out of sleep, and I really lose track of time. Um, yeah, yeah, it got really difficult until eventually, well, I resigned from the job that I had that wasn't paying, um, and then I just focused on dance, which gave me a bit more time to dance, but still not enough money. Because at the time as well, like I had just graduated, and um, I had just graduated, and I didn't want to burden my parents with like having to support me because they had to support my siblings because it was their turn to go to school, to go to college, and um, yeah, just all of that stuff. So yeah, maybe I'll go through the lyrics. Yeah, because the last time I used these strings and keys, yeah. So because the last time I used these strings and keys, I noticed starting 2018 that um, when I'd feel very strong but negative emotions, I would turn to music. I would write lyrics. I would write songs. Sometimes just lyrics, especially back then because I didn't have access to a lot of my a lot of instruments because I wasn't here at home. Yeah, and then I was trying to find out what on earth is wrong with me. Yeah, at the time, that was when I was starting to really feel like, okay, my mental health is suffering so much, but I don't know what's wrong with me. because like at the time I genuinely felt so fulfilled with dance. I genuinely felt fulfilled with the work I was doing, and I was like, this should be it. Like, I should feel happy that I'm here. I finally graduated. I'm finally doing what I want to do. But there was just something like wrong, and also I just felt so insecure, just emotionally and also financially. Like, I didn't know how I was going to feed myself, quite literally. And that was also the concern of my parents back then, because parents just want to see us be able to provide for ourselves. That's the biggest fear. um and the thing is, with art, as an artist, it's really so much like a business that in the beginning you're really not gonna earn a lot. So yeah, um I'm really fortunate to not have to pay rent. But yeah, so I was trying to find out what was wrong with me. I At the time, I already wanted to go for therapy, but I couldn't afford it because I'd have to commute, I'd have to pay for the sessions, and again, I was just earning 7,000 pesos, which is like so not enough. My number one, I remember my priority bill was definitely my phone, because I know that without my phone I can't function and like go anywhere. So my phone was definitely top. I'm so distracted because I look so. Please just don't mind my hair and everything else. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then in those days I couldn't even eat. Luckily, I ran on 16 hours of sleep. Yeah. So again, I was barely eating. And I think I started writing this now because the past few days I've noticed I was also barely eating. Like, all I have now is a banana. I just got like a few bananas. Um, gosh, because right now I think I'm just so overwhelmed with um, just work, just things to do, like here at home. Because it's not seen, but my room is a mess because I'm just reorganizing everything, trying to figure out like, okay, what's the next steps? What are my next steps? Like, where do I want to take my career? Because for me, it's super important to have not just do like a lot of things, but I'd like to have direction. A lot of things. One thing though that I keep telling myself is maybe I should do freelance, something on the side to augment my bills. But like right now, I just don't have the heart for it. I'm the kind of person that if I'm not like super passionate about it, I really have trouble. Oh, hey, there's McDonald's. Oh, lol. My brother just sent me a message that there's McDonald's. Anyway, wow, attention span of a goldfish. But yeah, so I couldn't eat. And then, good thing there's McDonald's, right? Oh my god, my attention span. So yeah, so the next lyric is, luckily I ran on 16 hours of sleep. So, the usual like recommended sleeping hours are like 8 hours, right? But for me, especially in 2017, I would sleep like 16 hours. I'd sleep for the 8 hours and then I wake up and I'd start to get anxiety over just meetings that I have scheduled for the rest of the week. And it's so weird because I'd have meetings scheduled for like a Thursday, but then let's say today is a Monday, I'd already get anxious over that meeting. Like, I was just getting way too ahead of myself. I was thinking way too far into the long term. That's why I was like, like I was being very impatient, basically. Like, I was too in a rush to, like, oh, I have to go and go really intense with my dance so that I can become a better dancer, and then I I can, what do you call this? I can provide for myself through my art. But yeah, that got me nowhere. So, um, so yeah, I just ran on 16 hours of sleep, like 8 hours, and then I wake up, I'd sleep, I wake up, I'd sleep, I wake up, I'd sleep, and then next thing I know, it's like 16 hours have passed. Similar to today, actually. No, actually, last night I fell asleep at around, I'd say 6 to 8 p.m. I woke up, fell back asleep. I woke up, fell back asleep. I woke up. Like, I just kept waking up so much that I would get confused. I'd check my phone for the time, and when it said like, oh, 11, I'd be like, oh, it's 11 a.m. But then it was 11 p.m. and so I was just so confused. And so earlier today, yeah, I ended up staying up until I think around 9 a.m. And then I just went to, yeah, maybe I should put outlines on these videos, but at the same time, you know, I don't want it to be curated because that's the point of documenting this thing. What was I talking about? Yeah, so I fell asleep at around 10. I woke up at, I think, around 1, and then I fell asleep again and just kept waking up because I was expecting a delivery today, but it didn't come, or maybe it came and then I just wasn't aware of it. But yeah, basically I say so much for just one lyric, but basically, yeah, that's a backstory of I ran on 16 hours of sleep. Because oversleeping is one of the symptoms also of, you know, like depression and things like that. But again, like, I'm not clinically diagnosed. I have I've also just started therapy. Yay! I'm gonna be doing my third session with, not like official session because the first was an intake session, but I'm gonna be doing my third therapy meeting, counseling meeting session. Yeah, I'll just call it session with my therapist this Saturday. She's gonna be in for a wild ride because the last time we met, I said, oh, I was doing good, and kind of just went downhill. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then the next lyrics are, because I almost lost my mind, almost said goodbye, said I'll see you in another life. But oh, I didn't write the. Let me just write the last lyrics I wrote. But as the day breaks, I put on one brave face, saying maybe I can try for just one more day. Yeah, so for this part, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you know, the what I'm talking about here is like just really struggling with my mental health, having suicidal tendencies. I should put a trigger warning for this. Yeah, I'll put it in the title. Yeah, suicidal tendencies. But the end is like, you know, but as the day breaks, it's like, oh, if it's sunrise again, it's like, oh, look at that. I made it through another night and I'm still here. I guess maybe, yeah, I can try to stay alive for just one more day. And yeah, so I have like just fragments of lyrics for the next, like talking about chasing the next high, counting my change on the way home. I'll talk about that in another video when it's more like defined lyrics. And then being okay with pain and migraines, again, like I was really sacrificing so much of my own health for the sake of my career. This society of like overproductivity. Yeah. Um, but yeah, like I don't know yet where this is going entirely, but what I'm feeling is, it's going to be about the struggles I've faced for sure. Um, but I think it's also about going to be healing from these struggles and being patient with myself as I try to heal. Because, healing isn't linear. They say progress isn't linear. It's like we might be doing well and then sometimes we fall. But it's so cliche, but the important thing really is to get back up. Um, and it's okay get if you can't stand up on your feet right away. It's like if it if moving forward means having to crawl for a while, that's perfectly fine. Like that's why it's like maybe I can try for just one more day. It's not like, okay, let me force myself to stay alive and then yay, very good. It's not like that. It's really like, um, let's try for just one more day, which is, yeah, what I've been feeling the past days. Because mm, yeah, I was just like, okay, let's take this one day at a time.